Lord's sake! Put that book away and go help. Oh, Mary Beth.
So, we getting out of this hellhole?
We're gonna try. Weather seems stable.
And we just robbed a Leviticus Cornwall train.
We got money in our pockets. The worst is behind us, gentlemen. So the question is, where now?
I know this country a little. I told you, we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine. We'll be able to hide out there, no problem, as long as we keep our noses clean.
Well, then let's go. Clean noses and everything else. Arthur, you're in that one. Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
Shut up and go do your job.
Welcome back to these adventures with Arthur Morgan. We are descending with Thor. Coulter has thawed enough so that we may dip down into the heartlands to relative safety. We were fleeing from the Pinkertons after a failed heist in Blackwater. So we've kind of regrouped. Some of our number of dead, one or two are still missing, but we are pretty much back together and back on top of things. We've done a heist, a train heist to get some cash, and we've got one up on our arch nemesis gang, the O'Driscolls.
Lenny! Micah, get over here!
Yes, boss.
You two ride up ahead, make sure there's no surprises. We've had enough of those.
Me with the boy?
Just go.
Come on, kid. You can buy me a whiskey.
We're riding along with Hosea. We've got all our stuff with us, all our camp, de-rigged everything, ready to be put up in a new location.
Get us out the stream.
I'm trying.
Gotta keep us moving, but calm. Not. What are you doing?
I'm a little bit stuck there.
Not too rough there, brother.
Let's try and reverse.
Can you do something?
I'm trying to.
Push us forward.
The turning circle's not as I'd like it. There we go. There we are. Oh.
Shit.
Never rains but it storms.
Okay, let's take a look.
You all right back there? Does everything look all right?
Well, what's going on?
Ah, I broke the goddamn wheel.
All right, let's get it fixed.
You need help?
I reckon we can handle it. All right, Charles, you and me hold the thing up while you try and put the wheel back on, Arthur.
You still strong enough to hold up a wagon?
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Don't say less.
Say less. We've got the easy job.
Pick the wheel up.
The elderly man's taking the lion's share.
Nearly there. There.
See? You ain't so useless after all.
Not quite.
What do you think?
If they wanted trouble, we wouldn't have seen them.
Poor bastards. We really screwed them over down here. Come on, let's not push our luck.
What happened?
Well, get in. I'll tell you.
Yeah, and they're still getting screwed over. The greed of Leviticus Cornwall will see to stretches as far to take over the reservations. Land awarded to them
Cut left inland.
in a shoddy deal to begin with, probably.
Yes.
The Indians in these parts got sold a very raw deal. This is the heartlands we're going to. Good farming and grazing country, they lost it all. Stolen clean away from them it was, every blade of grass. Killed or herded up to the reservations in the middle of nowhere.
And how's that different from anywhere else?
Well, maybe it's not. I just heard some of the army out here was particularly, unpleasant about it.
Unpleasant? How do you rob and kill people pleasantly? We don't, in spite of Dutch's talk.
I fear I was perhaps trying to simplify something more complicated for the benefit of our block-headed driver here.
Hey, don't blame it on me. Never forget, this here's a con man, Charles, born and bred. Just 'cause it sounds fancy don't mean he knows a damn thing about what he's talking about. So, what happened to your tribe?
I don't even know if I have one. At least, not that I can remember. My father was a colored man. He told me he lived with our people for a while. A number of free men did, but when we were forced to move from our lands, the three of us fled. I was too young to really remember much. My whole life I've been on the run. A couple years later, some soldiers captured my mother. Took her somewhere. We never saw her again. We drifted around. He was a very sad man, and the drink had a mean hold on him. Around 13, I just took off on my own.
That was about the age we found young Arthur here. Maybe a little older. A wilder delinquent you never did see. But he learned fast.
Not as fast as Marston, apparently.
Wait, I don't understand. What's the problem between you two?
Arthur?
It's a long story. We still heading the right way?
That depends. Are we still heading west in search of fortune and repose in virgin forests as we planned? No. Are we heading in the correct direction on our desperate escape from the law eastwards down the mountains? Yes, I believe so.
You know this area?
A little. I've been through a couple of times. There's a livestock town not too far from here called Valentine. Cowboys, outlaws, working girls, our kind of place.
The Driscolls?
Probably them too.
Pinkertons?
Let's hope not.
And this place we're going. Wait, what's it called again?
Horseshoe Overlook.
It's a good place to lie low?
It'll do for now. And how low do you think Dutch is really going to lie? It's just, you know, maybe it's me who's changed, not him, but we kept telling him that ferry job didn't feel right. You and me had a real lead in Blackwater that could have worked out.
Maybe.
It just isn't like Dutch to lose his head like that.
Things go wrong sometimes. People die. It's the way it is. Always has been. Me, you, Dutch. We've all been in this line of work a long time. And we're still here, so... Well, I figure we must have got it right a hell of a lot more than we got it wrong.
Oh, going the wrong way.
What are you working on there, anyway?
Just some yarrow and ginseng. Good for the health. Better than that stuff you buy in the store. Yeah, you can have all this. I'm at the point where I can do it with my eyes closed.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So we've been given some ginseng and some yarrow, which is kind. So these can be consumed to replenish or crafted. A variety of plants can be found throughout the world. Pick them to learn about their properties. Okay, so let's just look at those a moment. So American ginseng shrubs can be identified by their large palmate leaves, smooth stems and small cluster of red berries. The cluster of berries are smaller than the clusters found on Alaskan ginseng. These plants are native to forests and moist areas from West Elizabeth to the edges of New Hanover. This medicinal plant can be crafted into medicine or consumed to replenish your health core. So, to the edges of New Hanover, okay. So So that was that one. And we've also found some yarrow, which has got a Latin name I'm not going to try and pronounce. It's easily recognised by the long, thin stem and red clusters of flowers. This plant can be found in grasslands and open forest areas in New Hanover and Lemoyne. Yarrow can be consumed in to replenish your health core, or crafted into medicine. Can be crafted into a potent health cure. Okay, so we now know where to find it. We know what it does, which is good. It's good. I'm just going to look in the satchel and see if it says anything different here. So I think we have to... Maybe we've got to pick it in order to get the most out of it. But so he's just given us those. So we just try and eat one? We can't eat one yet. That's sitting in the ingredients. We found some mature venison meat. I wonder if that's when we caught the deer, but we didn't. When we skinned that first deer, it gave us a bit of meat in our inventory. Maybe that was the case. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty known that there was contention in the group of whether we should do this ferry job, and Dutch always wins, so we did it.
There you are, brother. Head in there. Follow the track for a bit.
It all went wrong.
Thanks.
Hey, slow up. I'll jump on.
Okay, I'm going to take this first right, but Javier's just going to jump on the back here.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, so because of our
Any trouble getting
wheel,
in here,
we've been
Javier?
left behind.
Nope. It went well. This is a good spot.
Excellent. I think this will work for us, Arthur. For now, anyway.
Wow, first proper camp that we're going to experience.
Here we are, gentlemen. Home sweet home.
You weren't wrong, Hosea. This place is perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
For now.
Now, it is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater. We were onto something big. Then Micah got you all excited about that ferry, and here we are.
We have all made mistakes over the years, Hosea. Every last one of us. But I kept us together. Kept us alive. Kept the nooses off our neck.
I guess I'm just worried. I ain't got that long, Dutch. I want folks safe before I go.
Me too.
And now we are stuck. East of the Grizzlies and out of money. And a long way from our dream of virgin land in the west.
I know, my brother. But we are safe. We make a bit of money here. Then we move again. Head out around them. Be west of Uncle Sam. In a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
Would you just look around you? This world has its consolations.
Gentlemen, I'm going to head into the local town and, see if I can strike up a little business.
Of course, Herr Strauss. I prefer robbing banks to usury. Seems more dignified somehow. Now, everyone, put your tools down for a moment. Come on, gather round. Quickly now. I know that things have been tough, but we are safe now, and we are far too poor. So it is time for everyone to get to work.
Get to work, but stay out of trouble. Remember, we are itinerant workers.
Laid off when they shut down our factory to the north. Now get out there and see what you can find. Uncle, Reverend Swanson, no more passengers. It is time for everyone to earn their keep.
There is a town a little way down the track named Valentine. Livestock town, all mud and morons, if I remember right. That seems a decent place to start.
And, we need food. Real food. That means every day. One of you.
And remember, whatever it is that you find, the camp gets its slice. Now be sensible out there.
Now, the girls have your tent ready, Mr. Morgan. Come with me. You two will be ready shortly. We put you over here.
I'm sure everything will be fine, Miss Grimshaw.
It should be. Most of your stuff from Blackwater got saved.
Everything apart from my money.
Oh, don't remind me.
Well, we can always make more money.
We're gonna have to. Miss Jackson, I've seen shit with more common sense than you. Do it properly.
Well, here's our little world. Our little Chapter 2, Horseshoe Overlook. Okay, so Dutch is putting us into work now. We're safe, but we're far too poor.
Got off the mountain and rode east into some pretty enough country called the Heartlands. Ain't been this far east in many a year. Dutch seems a little better. His eyes are sparkling once more, and I can see he's thinking a little clearer. I think we all feel a little happier, in spite of Blackwater and that whole mess.
Arthur?
Jose?
Quite a day.
Let's hope so.
There's a bunch of the boys already in Valentine. Bill, Charles, and Javier. And Swanson found something down at the train station by the lake, apparently. And Strauss came back with that creepy little smile on his face. I'm sure there's a whole list of unfortunates he's forced money upon.
Thank you. And you?
I'm gonna read a book.
Oh, we've got a camera. Your gang's camp is shown by that symbol on the map. So many of our number are already out there trying to work up some money to contribute to this cause.
Oh, Arthur, my boy. My dear boy.
What's going on?
Nothing. Nothing at all. For the first time in weeks. Nothing. We're free. We're free to plan our own futures once more.
I hope so, Dutch.
You kept the faith, Arthur. You always kept it.
And I ain't losing it now.
Thanks, Dutch. You always know how to make us all feel better. Okay, so in this camp we can walk up to anyone, and they'll either just exchange pleasantries at the very least, or they might reveal a bit of insight into what they're thinking, or what the goings are in the camp, or what's important at the moment. And just being here, just sort of ambulating around, we can just get a sense and stay in touch with what our goals are in the camp. So we've got ammunition on the back here, not yet though. We need to contribute and purchase that for the gang. We've got a place we can sleep, a place we can shave. Every now and then this table produces correspondence or various things that we can look at. And we've got all our photos and things. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. Over here is the camp box that we contribute, and eventually we'll get the opportunity to buy things for the camp. And whenever we do a job, we will get a certain amount of money for that job, and the camp gets its cut. The Dutch gets his cut, and he saves that. And why he's saving that is what Hosea was saying earlier about escaping to virgin lands where it's safe, buying a piece of the world to be free from all this running, all this crime, and just getting out of it, which Hosea wants. But whether Dutch wants that is another story. Let's see if he's got anything else to say about that.
All quiet, Jose.
Thankfully, yes.
Good. All right, well, I should be getting on.
All right, Arthur.
So we've got Strauss. He's been running some some loan sharking shenanigans, and we're going to help him out with that. We're not sure we get on with this guy.
So you and Lenny didn't see no trouble when you scouted ahead?
Nothing too much. No Pinkertons, anyway.
Good. Well, I suppose I should be getting on.
Okay.
So we've got to do some hunting for Pearson and bring some food into the camp. So I think the first thing we'll do is just donate
A stew without good meat is no stew at all, Mr. Morgan.
a few things that we've got. So we can donate this for cooking. So I might just
Just in time, Mr. Morgan.
do a few of those just to keep him happy for a while.
Thank you, Arthur.
Crafting
Mr.
upgrades.
Morgan, bring me some materials, and I'll be glad to make something nice for you. How you doing?
So increase the carrying capacity of edible ingredients. So we can get all these, but we need to purchase some tools. And I think we do that. We get the chance to do that a bit later on. This kind of isn't open to us yet, so we won't.
I reckon I need to get my hands on some materials first.
Yeah. And some tools. Okay, we can have a bite to eat.
How is that food coming along, Mr. Pearson?
It's coming! It's coming!
Oh, there's Kieran. Guy the O'Driscoll that we kidnapped.
You're Arthur, right?
Yeah.
My name ain't no concern of yours.
I'm hungry.
I don't give a damn.
Look, you seem like a decent feller behind it all.
Then you ain't a good judge of character.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it there then.
So
Don't forget about me.
he's got information we need. And he'll give it to us eventually, I'm sure.
Have any luck out there? Oh, a few bits and pieces. Robbed a drunk one to fight.
Right, we can eat from this periodically, kind of once a day at least. And that gives us a nice boost for our core in our health, which is cool. Susan Grimshaw, she set up the camp for us. She's a good lady.
Got everything you need, Miss Grimshaw?
Oh, not by a long shot, Mr. Morgan. We lost a lot in the mood.
We'll be back on our feet soon.
The courage to live.
I hope so. I really do.
I know so. Excuse me.
Abigail's comforting Sadie there.
I'm always around. If you need someone.
How are you doing?
How you think I'm doing?
I'm sorry. Just let me know if there's anything I can do. Well, don't let me bother you.
Okay.
She's going through it. She lost her husband. The O'Driscolls sorted that. And here's our boy.
The Golden Boy.
Good morning, Arthur.
How you feeling?
A little better.
Well, glad you're on the mend.
All right, then.
Attacked by wolves. He's not as pretty as he used to be now. But that's kind of how we know him. Okay. That's all very cool. Let's have a look in our camp then. So... Lyle Morgan, 1874. So this is obviously Arthur's dad. Oh, it says down there, Arthur's father. Arthur's dog. Don't know what his name is. And this is... so Arthur... A little bit of backstory in the cart there when Arthur was saying that... Hosea was saying Arthur joined Dutch and Hosea when he was about 13 years old. Similar time to when John was around. but these guys are kind of the closest. Arthur's probably the most loyal of the group out of the two of them, and being groomed for big things. But he's all grown up now. And they've obviously aged a fair amount. Let's read this. 1887. So, 12 years prior to this, 3 men sought. Major T. Belford has been a cashier at the banking house of Lee and Hoyt for a number of years, but nothing prepared him for what transpired last week. It was about 2 o'clock. 3 men, strangers to me, came through the door and walked up to the counter. One of them, the eldest of the 3, was a fine talker, engaged me in conversation. That's obviously Hosea. Suddenly, the largest, a big, sullen young man, brandished a firearm and held it up to my face. "Throw up your hands," the third one said, who appeared to be the boss. That's obviously Dutch. The other 2 repeated the order with an oath, and the leader said, "My fine patriotic friends and I are going to relieve you of that gold and introduce a few folks to the benefits of civilization." They came around the counter and grabbed some sacks which contained $5,000 in gold. They demanded to know where the rest of the money was. I pointed out 3 sacks containing silver, but it was too bulky for them. They retreated, and one warned against sounding an alarm. I was never so terrified. The robbers are reported to have lingered in town, and there are unproven claims that the men travelled to hovels and shanties, and even a home for orphans, and gave handfuls of the ill-gotten gains to the poor. So Arthur's obviously very, very proud of this, to keep the clipping, and it speaks to a time when they were a bunch of Robin Hoods. They did give to the poor. Do they do that anymore? We've yet to see evidence of that. So, a zoological compendium by J.D. Goddard. The skunk, the badger. Furnishing poor sports look only down but up when tracking moose, for they break twigs, bend branches, and tear the ground up quite significantly. The badger. Many a man who nearly broke his neck or has cursed the animal, for in its pursuit of prey it takes to digging holes. These quickly are covered by leaves or weeds, and along comes a rider into the death trap. I've been thrown from my horse on several occasions, and as it stepped into a badger hole, I got up, covered in dust, cursed to the heavens, then took to killing every one I could find within miles, wiping out an entire species of which I only feel lingering regret. At times, nature should be left to its own devices up until the point where it inconvenienced me, and then it should be eradicated. When approaching its hole, this idiotic creature will pop its head out. To see what is coming, place a shot between the eyes, take the fur, and throw the rest in a stew pot. Many a species have fallen foul to this ideology, I'm sure. Those who raise game birds or chickens are likely to hate the skunk for marauding about hen houses, but farmer and forester alike should leave these beasts alone. Many take to shooting skunks for sport. However, they eat quite a large amount of insect larvae, which helps crops and prevents infestation of moths and caterpillars. When you upset the balance of nature, man must pay for his pocketbook for artificial substances to rid of infestations when you could have left well alone. A note on animals, water and debilitation. Serious sickness often takes a household when foul water is drunk. This can debilitate a man from hunting or farming, and instead he is resigned to the outhouse where while his spouse looks on in mournful derision and pity, as he neither pleases her in the bedroom nor provides ingredients for bread for the supper table. Creatures are thirsty too, and will fall into your well, spreading disease before it's discovered. Obtain a cask and layer small pebbles, charcoal, and a layer of sand inside. Attach a faucet at the bottom in order to draw off the water. This will provide perfect drinking water, even if it tastes slightly like a dead raccoon. Yeah, this kind of doesn't help us in our lifestyle. We don't put down roots in this manner. We simply make use of the stream. Who is this? So, who is that? I'd like to know. A love interest? It doesn't say. thought to start with it was his mother, but this seems to be his mother here. Beatrice Morgan, Spring Rocks, 1870. So a former love interest for Arthur, I think, but obviously not around right now. Either they went their separate ways, or more likely, in this day and age, she died. So, what is this book doing? I can't seem to lock on it. Rambles through woods and plains. Rambles through woods and plains. A field guide to the Botanical Kingdom by Joseph Parsons. Ah, mushrooms. A field guide. When I immediately stumbled upon an old woman with some crow garlic. No, this is not a bulb of garlic sold by a miserable old crone. Indeed, she had less teeth than fingers and a peculiar distemper for spewing auguries and portents, but I purchased the crow garlic from her anyway. It is a lovely perennial. It is a wild onion rather than garlic, but it's delicious cooked in bread. Knowledge of native medicinal plants and herbs is essential for any frontiersman. Disorders of the blood are frequent, and having a fellow in a camp that can exorcise the demon of jaundice using a few hand-picked herbs boiled in a tea is essential. My hope, dear reader, is that you will take the knowledge in this book so that you may identify all the plants and herbs and use the awareness for good. It has come to my notice that a few individuals have purchased my book and taken the information herein in order to concoct fermentations to bring a curtain of oblivion down on the evening. Awakening the next day piled on one another like sweaty sacks of potatoes, knowing not what kind of lewd carnal ostentations took hold by firelight. The very idea. So obviously using mushrooms for hallucinogenic purposes and just getting down and naked and sweaty. The very idea. Let's discuss the fungus that lives among us. The Macrolapiosa procera. This is commonly known as the parasol mushroom. In some regions it's called the snake's hat. Snakes, of course, do not wear hats. They do, however, talk on occasion. The parasol mushroom is delicious to cook, but should not be eaten raw, as there are toxins that will give you a very unfavourable view of the world, and your gastrointestinal distress will surely be remarked upon. Imleria badia. This mushroom is known as the boy beletta. These are quite common and can be found in large numbers. They are lovely to cook with garlic and give a distinctive taste of rotted wood that pairs well with a merlot. Do not be worried about the bluish marks that can occur on the underside. Like humans, these mushrooms bruise. Okay, so what to pick, what not to pick, and he's kind of alluding to the fact that we might be able to get these mushrooms and have a wee bit of a good time and open the doors of perception. That would be cool. Whether we come across that, I'm not sure. I wasn't much of a herbalist. Yeah, whatever it's called in my last playthrough. Okay, we can change our clothes and we can have a shave. Now, I think my first and my primary aim in this playthrough is to grow a big enough moustache to do something quite great with it. But while we wait for that to happen, I'm going to just enjoy some nice chops, I think. I think that'd be good. We've got our hat back, which is great, but let's just see what clothes that we can enjoy. Let's look at the outfits. We've got the gunslinger on us at the moment, but we can also put other ones. So this is suitable for hot temperatures, which we're kind of in a temperate / hot at the moment. But just in case we go up to the mountains, let's store this on our horse. And this looks pretty cool. Grizzlies Outlaws. This outfit is suitable for average temperatures. A brawler's outfit. And the rebel. So let's keep that on the horse as well. But let's wear this one for now. And hat-wise, let's keep this one. Okay, folks. So what else have we got in this camp? We've got some chores we can do. We've also... Let's go to the tithing box and make our first contribution here. I think that would be helpful. We can just have a look how that works. At the moment it's got $11.36, but what we've got... We can't fence these at the moment, I don't think, because they're stolen jewellery items. So let's just give a selection to the camp. And then keep the others back a little bit. So I think, yeah, $21. I think that's okay for now. And for the dishonourable adventures of Arthur Morgan, we're currently fairly honourable. But I want our loyalty to be to the camp. Because we're in it. We're in it to win it. And we want to do as many things to help them and as much money as we can and pay our way while also getting some nice items for ourselves as well.
One of these days we'll actually get the men to help with the laundry. I wouldn't hold your breath.
So the girls obviously help in the camp and the men seem to do bugger all. I'm going to go and chop some wood in a minute. But all these girls have special skills as well. Usually they're mostly con women, con artists, and sometimes called distractions, and they're thieves as well, skilled thieves, and we'll experience their skills very shortly. And our horses hang out over here. Right, let's just go and talk to the ladies.
Hi, Tilly.
Hi, Arthur.
Hi, Tilly.
You're a good worker.
Thank you, Arthur.
Possibly it'll be just pleasantries at this point.
Hi, ladies.
Hey, Arthur.
Working hard there?
I guess.
Well, it won't disturb you.
Sure, Arthur.
Mary Beth has done one. I kind of want to see what she's got to say for herself. She's going to just check out this awesome view over here.
Always good to see you.
Hi.
So, still glad you fell in with this bunch?
I think so. Most of the time.
I'm not sure when Mary Beth started here. When she joined the camp. I'm not sure. That's something I would like to find out. And what's this? This isn't part of us. This looks like someone else's abandoned camp. I've never seen this before. Anything in here? It looks ready to be jettisoned over the side. Whatever it is. Can I get up here? No, it's not allowing me. I'm probably now pretty stuck. I fancy there's going to be something in these, isn't there? Got to be. No, it's just a bit of an abandoned camp, that's all. Rubbish. I wonder what that story is. Okay, well, Mary Beth is reading. maybe... Right, so over here, I think we can chop some wood and contribute to the camp. And again, that's going to give us honour points. Where is it? It's just here. Pick up bucket. Okay, where do we put that? Give it to the horses? Top up in the wash basin. Where is that? Where are you, wash basin? You're over by Pearson's camp, it seems.
Can I lick your plate when you're done?
Right,
For me.
pour out in here. There we go. +5 honour points. That's just for washing out. We can't wash ourselves in that, unfortunately. Okie dokie. So what we got over here is an exclamation mark on something. Just going to highlight this so we can stop having to bring up the expanded view for the map. Yeah, I think this is just saying that we need to pay for some ammunition. And at the top right there is like a chicken drumstick. We kind of need to supply some food as well. And I think we can do that a bit later by buying things for the camp, but we can also obviously hunt as well. Okay, let's go and see what Uncle's all about. Oh, what's that? Red bird up there. It's going to fly away.
Ow! Whoa, whoa!
Careful not to work yourself to death there, Uncle.
I was thinking.
Yeah, does it pay well?
Oh, eventually.
So, while the rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Well, it's a strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Do you want to head into town? See if we can find anything out?
Sure. I got some errands to run.
Great. Go check the horses are ready.
You gonna take the old man into town? You take us too?
Well, what you got planned?
Nothing. We'll find something for y'all to do. We always do.
We're bored out of our minds. Been cooped up here for 2 weeks now. Karen's about ready to murder Grimshaw.
Well, can Miss Grimshaw spare you?
Can Miss Grimshaw spare you? What's happened to you, Arthur? 3 young, healthy women want you to take them a robbing. You're worried about house chores. Let's go.
Fair enough. You got me. Come on then.
I can't believe we're going to see civilization. Feels like weeks since we did.
Yeah, Valentine. Very embodiment of civilization. You ladies are gonna love it.
Okay then. Let's go.
All right. The trees here, then take
They've got cabin fever. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the HUD there. Take a left. Okay, we'll do, Uncle.
Ladies, sing us a song.
I got a girl in Berryville. Can't be screwed 'cause she's too damn ill. So I don't go down there no more. There's a blue horse laid outside her door. I had a girl in Valentine. Likes to drink
Go
that
right here.
fancy
It's quicker.
wine. Blue in her hat was
Thank you.
cracking her pants, paid for it all. I had a girl in
I've never experienced these directions that Uncle's giving before, because I've always had the compass on, the mini-map. So I'm enjoying this extra immersion that this is giving. They're singing saucy tunes.
Look at that coach. He's all over the place.
Okay, this dude needs some help.
Is one of you gonna get that fella's horse?
Well, I got lumbago.
I got lumbago.
All right, I'll see what's going
Uncle
on.
can't do it. The lazy
Lumbago.
toe rag.
You all right there, friend? Oh, hey, you couldn't help me get my other horse back from over there, could you?
So help or don't help?
I really appreciate the help. I'm worried this one here will bolt on me too if I leave him.
It's tough. I've started this series called the Dishonorable Adventures, but I'm inclined to help people in need. I think my dishonor will stretch to robbing those that I think can possibly afford to lose it. Can you afford to lose it, mate? Can you? Oh, go on then.
Sure, no problem. Thanks. It's the white one over there.
This will introduce us to some calming mechanics. So agitated horses need to be calm before you can approach them. When near, lock on with L2 and press square to calm it.
Whoa, easy.
And while we're here, we're just going to study it.
Easy there.
And that's a shy horse. Let's have a look at that. So we've studied it. And we can ride some uncommon coats, which will allow us to complete this compendium. Maximum bonding achieves. Okay, so we've really got to go through the species in order to complete this compendium to sign it off and go for this 100%. Common coats ridden, 0 of 2. So I've studied it, so we're a quarter of the way there. So they're classed as draft horses. They can be identified by their heavy-set frame, lower leg feathering, and convex head profile. They are among the largest and strongest breeds of horse, which makes them perfect for hauling heavy carts, though their size and weight can make them more difficult to handle. The breed is known for being healthy, with average speed and stamina levels, commonly known as the workhorse. So an uncommon raven black coat can be discovered. Where are we going to discover that? Okay, so animals 1 of 78 discovered. It's going to take a while. Okay. Once calmed, you'll be able to lead or ride the horse back to its owner. Or steal it. But we've got things to do. The girls are watching. I just think it's best for everyone. We've learned a bit. So it's not...
Here you go.
You're a gentleman, sir. A gentleman.
It's not all altruistic.
No, not really. I was just trying to impress the women.
Well, anyway, thank you.
That's alright, mate. Can I rob you now? Not gonna, but it'd be nice to. No, I can't. I cannot. Will it let me rob that shy horse and take it back? I think it will, if I jump on it. But we've got stuff to do.
Come on, let's go.
To Valentine!
You're turning into a regular old fairy godmother there, Arthur.
What's that supposed to mean?
That means you got a heart. A small one, perhaps, hidden deep inside, but a real one. And you haven't, you repulsive old lizard.
Blizzards have hearts.
Well, Arthur, I'm proud of you.
To be honest, if you lot hadn't been here, I probably would have robbed him.
Well, you didn't.
Well, we're approaching the town now. Another train. Where's that gone? I think it's just leaving the station there. Oh, there it is. Valentine Station.
Woo! Smell those sheep.
Or is that Uncle?
Oh, very funny.
This looks like a decent little town.
Other people. Finally.
Look at all that snow on the mountains. Sure don't want to be back up there.
You think we should have asked Molly to come with us?
Oh, no. Miss O'Shea is far too high and mighty now for the likes of us. Or to do any real work. She's a society lady now. Okay. Take a good look around, ladies. Let's see what we got here.
Go left here, down the main street.
There's always on the right. Sure you can pick up some bounties there, Arthur.
Heaven
Thanks,
forbid
Uncle.
you put your head on the line.
Yeah, that's
So we've got the doctor, the law office,
Ooh, yes. We can get up to some mischief here, all right.
the gunsmith.
Remember, keep a low profile.
Will you remember that, though, Arthur?
Probably not.
Real fresh egg you are. You smell like sulfur in my dead
Yeah, they were talking about Molly there, Dutch's love interest. She's not used to this
Park up down
life,
the end there, near the stables.
so she's not getting her hands dirty.
Incredible.
What's your issue?
Is good enough?
All right. Here we are, just like I said. The cultural center of civilization. Man at his finest.
Uncle, what are we doing?
Well, we're gonna do what any self-respecting maniac does. Put the women to work.
With pleasure. We'll start at the saloon.
Okay, just stay out of trouble and don't get yourselves noticed.
Right, I need to get something from the stores.
Okay, well, we'll see you at the general store when you're done.
Come on, ladies. Imagine we're in Paris.
Come on.
Imagine Paris and Valentine.
So that's how you see yourself, is it? A maniac?
Well, in my youth, I used to be known as the one-shot kid.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask why.
You are a sad man, Arthur Morgan. But I know you love me.
Desperately. You're my favorite parasite. No. Ringworm's my favorite parasite. You're my second favorite parasite.
Very funny.
I lied. Ringworm, then rats with the plague, then you.
Shut up. This is the place now. Come on.
He gets a bad rap, but he doesn't help himself. He literally does nothing. Comes up with a few plans, though.
What do you need?
Hell, a drop of whiskey for a start. You know, something to pass the time while we're waiting on the women.
Always thinking ahead, ain't you?
You're looking a bit tired there, Arthur. Why don't you pick up some coffee while we're here?
Plenty out on the shelves, but I got more out back. Whiskey's on the top shelf, nearest the door.
Okay. All right. Well, you wanted some whiskey, so we'll get some of that. Kentucky bourbon.
You not getting anything, Arthur?
Gin.
I don't know. Maybe.
Guarma rum. We'll get some bourbon then. So let's just examine that.
You're actually buying for once? Are you feeling all right?
So it slightly damages health core.
Young folk got no respect for their elders no more. What do you reckon? The lamb or the sausage?
Well, this here's a sheep town. The lamb's the best in the state.
Now I know what the smell is.
Well, that's a ripe cheese, all right.
You also mentioned getting some coffee. Don't know where that is. Horse Reviver. Definitely need to get some of those. Don't need a pocket watch. Got plenty of those.
Well, look at this. A jaw harp.
What is this list of yours?
I got a lot to replenish after that god-awful time in the mountains.
All done.
Thank you kindly. Ah, this should do the trick.
Yep, that's fine whiskey.
Okay, can we sell anything?
Let's go wait for them outside.
Yeah, it'll take a lot of this stuff. We've got plenty of coffee. To be honest, we probably want to keep most of this. Especially the tonics. No, we definitely don't need to sell that at the moment, but let's just look at his catalogue. See the provisions we might need. We're finding a fair amount of canned goods right now, so I don't think we need too many of that. What I'll do is get a few items for the horse. And I think we're going to try and catch our own meat, so we won't bother with that at the moment. Bread roll, chocolate bar. Moderately restores stamina core and slightly restores deadeye core. I think we're going to get a few of these, you know. Because moderately restoring that... Because you don't often find things that support stamina and deadeye, but your health bar is kind of left alone. I think that might be quite cool to have. Got plenty of coffee. Slightly restores stamina and deadeye core. The chocolate bar is cheaper and does better than that, because that does moderately restore stamina and slightly restores deadeye. And the candies, they only slightly do both, and they're more expensive. So it's not about taste, it's about outcome. So we bought some bourbon. Well, that fine brandy is expensive, but it moderately restores the deadeye. So I might take a couple of those. You can't carry any more of this item. Okay, we've got some of that already. Okay, hair tonic. I want some of that. Greatest hair tonic. You don't need to be bald. You don't need to be prematurely grey. Put simply, it's the greatest hair tonic on earth. You don't need to be bald. You don't need to be prematurely grey. J. McClure's miraculous tonic intensifies the flow of blood to the hair roots, making hair grow quickly. If you're going prematurely bald, do not resort to contacting a wig or toupee manufacturer. They'll be all too willing to sell you something to cover your shame. Instead, use the healing hair and beard tonic and reverse the process of hair falling out and keep your hair and masculinity the dignified way. If you're plagued with a thin patchy beard, take this tonic daily and soon you will realise the full bushy beard worn by scholars, monks and good lovers. The scout will be invigorated, dandruff killed and the hair restored naturally to his own proper colour and density. McClure invented his tonic with a special recipe containing extracts of cedarwood and lavender and has pledged to cure baldness in both men and women, although the beard growing properties are reserved just for the menfolk. Life is not worth living under the horrors of hair loss or baldness. McClure healing hair and beard tonic restores colour as grey hair conveys a loss of youthful vigour, and that you are old and slow, unable to process decisions as a young, vibrant person would. We positively guarantee it works. Well, that's good enough for me. Let's look at the info. Increase the rate at which hair and facial hair grows. I want to take me some of that. Okay. Horse care. Let's get one of these revivers, because we don't want to be caught short when our horse dies. And a few of these horse stimulants would be good too. Anything else? I think we're okay for clothing for now. Ammunition, I think we're okay. Yeah. We'll be back later if we need anything else. Could rob him, but we'll leave that for now. Right. Let's continue here.
Oh, here's to your good health, sir. And to being down here off that mountain.
Absolutely.
It's a funny world, you know. This time in my career, I pictured myself being married to an heiress.
Gentlemen, I think I got something good.
What?
I snuck into this fancy house. Acted like a servant girl. Usually works. Someone was saying her sister was taking a trip from New York or someplace. Train full of rich tourists heading to Saint Denis and then cruising off to Brazil.
Okay.
A train laden with baggage and passing through a bit of deserted country at night as to get to the docks in time for the tides in some place called Scarlet Meadows.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's right out near New Hanover. Right, it's real quiet out there.
Sounds good. Where's Tilly and Karen?
I think at the hotel, they were picking up some drunken fellas that they was gonna rob.
Why?
It seemed easy. They have been gone for quite a while.
I guess I'll go see if there's any trouble.
Oh, there's Tilly over there. That does not look ideal.
Excuse me.
What's up, Tilly?
You can go kiss a damn snake for all I care. Get off me! Get off of me!
I've been looking too long.
Right.
Get your hands off her, friend.
Who are you?
A friend of mine.
Get off her.
Or what exactly?
I'm gonna get this gun out, mate.
You want to find out?
You're making a big mistake, Tilly Jackson.
Just get lost.
I ain't doing this with you.
Go
right
wait with
now.
Uncle and Mary Beth. They're across the street.
Okay. Thanks, Arthur.
Who is this guy? Explain yourself. You're just going to leave without explanation, are you?
In a busy town, you son of a bitch.
We'll catch up later, I'm sure. Okay, so Tilly's in a bit of trouble with someone, and we don't know why. So we do need to find that out at some stage. We've also got Karen in the hotel over here. We don't know where she is. And we've also got this vibrant, beautiful
Look after her.
town to sort out.
About Karen in the hotel.
So let's just look at the map first, the things we've got going on. We've got a show to see. Stop by J.J. Gregan's Travelling Magic Lantern Show. We've got the hotel, the butcher to meet. There's the saloon. There's the gunsmith. And there's all these different things to visit and explore around and about. I'm sure we can find some interesting trouble to get into in the next episode. But the first thing we'll do is go and try and save Karen. See you in a bit. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Make sure to subscribe to support the channel further and take a look at these other videos that may interest you. See you on the next one.